My name is Rafiu Isamatu. I'm the Honorable Commissioner for Health in the state of Osun. At the very beginning, when Mr. Governor came on board, he made health as the flagship of this administration. And you agree with me that within that period, as soon as he came on board, we started work about revitalization of 332 health centers in our state. We have 867 health centers, out of which we revitalized and reinvigorated 332 of them. We provided drugs in those 332 health centers, one in each political ward. We provided equipment. And, the equipment that we need in those health centers are not hyperfalutin and not something difficult. We want our people to go to our centers to have their blood pressure monitored, to have tests done to check whether they are diabetic or not. We want our women to deliver safely, non-complicated pregnancy in our center, in our health center. So we provided all that. And like I said, we provided drugs for them. So these are things that we have done. And in terms of infrastructure as well, when we came on board, the general hospitals in Nijibu and Ifetedo were in a very solid state. Those were equally renovated. People can go there and testify now. And of course, the best secondary health facility in our state is that of State Specialist Hospital at Subiaru Osogbo here. Mr. Governor actually joked that we shouldn't even call it, there's nothing special about it until we did everything that we did there. So our emergency center there was terribly damaged by monkeys from the Osun River. So that was put in a proper place. The children ward, maternity ward, and our laboratory complex comprises of the hematology, chemistry lab, and of course the blood bank. We are renovated. Of course, we have almost completed 120 ward in Asubiaro as we speak. We've completed 30 units of accommodation for our junior doctors. We want, especially interns, we want our doctors to live within the hospital premises, such that when their services are needed, we don't need to wait or we send our ambulance to go and fetch them. They must be living in our hospital complex. We have done that. In the same vein, as regards the issue of commerce, which has been a very big problem for us in the state. So Mr. Governor actually called us that he wanted to pay that because it was part of the previous administration and he knew the problem we had then. And he approved without any hesitation 100% commerce the salary scale for health sector in Nigeria. Itato, we've had it difficult to retain, especially consultants, in our state because the salary we pay was lesser than what they will get in the neighboring states. So since that had been addressed, we've been able to retain our consultant in our hospital and all that. Now, as regards the issue of health insurance, social health insurance, we actually want to reduce out-of-pocket expenses for our people in the state. And to that extent, Mr. Governor paid premium for the vulnerables, 500 million naira. We are paid for the vulnerables in our state. And of course, our health insurance in Osun, the best. So many states actually started health insurance before us, but we have surpassed what they have. Osun, at the risk of being immodest, has the second best, I think, of health insurance in Nigeria. And our ambulance services was, further strengthened from what we had previously. Turnaround time for our ambulance service in Osun is second to none in Nigeria. If you put a call to our ambulance service in Osun within 5 minutes or thereabout, our ambulance will be there to do the needful. That is one of the things that this administration has done too. And all our School of Nursing here in Osogbo, we've gotten accreditation for us to increase the number of intakes students that we can admit for basic nursing and basic midwifery. So we can now admit 50 students for basic midwifery, which we didn't have before. And we can equally, admit 75 students for basic nursing now. This is one of the things that Mr. Governor has done in the last 2.5 years. And we are very proud, to say so. The risk of being immodest, we have delivered on the electoral promises. that Mr. Governor made. During the electionary campaign, things that he promised to do. And of course, after the election, we did a thank you tour to all the federal constituencies. We have people we are asked, what precisely do you want government to do for you? And the DFID, a partner from the United Kingdom, equally came to our state, and they did a referendum to find out from people directly that what do our people want Mr. Governor to do for them. So these are things that we have done, because you might want to give me rice. I might not, if I'm hungry, okay, well, this man is hungry, give him rice. I might not want to eat rice. It might just be pounded yam that I desire. So it is what our people want, what Mr. Governor has done. And so far, so good. There's no single promise that he made to the people of the state of Osun that he has not fulfilled. You remember the former governor described him as cool, calm, and collected. He's a man full of knowledge. He's a man, few words, but plenty of action. And of course, that is what really matters. That, okay, he's a man, talk and do. If he says something that he will do, you will see to the logical conclusion that that task is accomplished. He is well loaded upstairs. He is a man that listens to people. He's a man that would want, even during ESCO, he will allow everybody to contribute and make suggestions as to what the people must hear their views. He will not interrupt you. He would give you room, to ventilate your ideas. He's a man that at this point in time, that Osun is very lucky to have a man like Oyetola as our governor at this time. He's very, very loaded. He's cerebral. He's calculative. He doesn't spend when it is not necessary. And when you feel you need to convince him that, okay, the state really needs to benefit from any program before we append the signature. It's not just a man that is not frivolous with everything that he does.
Ọpẹ́ olóore àdáàdá tán àdá kọrin kése gómìnà ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀ṣun Alhaji Isiaq Gboyega Oyetola gómìnà tó jẹ́ kí ìlérí Olúwa ó ṣẹ nínú ayé wa nípínlẹ̀ yìí bó ṣe ń sọ gbódìlé ló ń sá àtàndọ́jà kò já owó níbikíbi kó tó ṣe ọ̀nà àtafárá abẹ́yẹfò kò jẹ́ òṣìṣẹ́ lówó bẹ́ẹ̀ làwọn pensioners ń gba owó ìfẹ̀yìntì wọn ní mẹ̀lọ́mẹ̀lọ́ dídá yúnífọ́ọ̀mù àwọn akẹ́kọ̀ọ́ padà sí bá a ti ṣe ń lò tẹ́lẹ̀tẹ́lẹ̀ nípínlẹ̀ Ọ̀ṣun mímójútóró ààbò ẹ̀mí àti dúkìá aráàlú rírí ìdájú pé èrè ń jẹ́ ìjọba àwarawa kan tẹrú tọmọ mélòó la fẹ́ kà nínú iṣẹ́ ìdàgbàsókè ọkọ̀ Kàfáyàt lọ́sùn àfikáyà tẹ̀ka pìnrapìnra fìbò wa gbé wọlé lẹ́lẹ́kejì tó bá di July 16 kí ìlérí Olúwa ó túbọ̀ ṣẹ nínú ayé wa 4+4 Oyetola lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí i. Ìkéde yìí wá látọwọ́ Honourable Ibrahim Taofeek Káyọ̀dé ITK aspirant sílé ìgbìmọ̀ aṣojú-ṣòfin Àbújá fẹ́ kó ìdìbò Ọlọ́run dá Òròlú Ìrẹ́pọ̀dún Òṣogbo Federal Constituency.
Absolutely. We are over 5 million in our state. And of course, there are quite a lot of medical doctors in our state as well. There are 1,001 people equally qualified to sit on this particular seat I am sitting at the moment. So I appreciate Mr. Governor for giving me that privilege, that opportunity to serve my people. I cannot thank him enough. And of course, I think I've contributed my own knowledge, my own skill, to uplift, to improve on the health status of our state. I appreciate him, and I cannot thank him enough. I want to use this opportunity to talk to our people in our state that time that we normally talk about is around the corner, is here with us, when we would want to elect another governor, somebody that will be at the helm of affairs in our state. And I believe from what Mr. Governor has done for us in our state, I believe sincerely too, that unequivocally, that he deserves another chance to govern us in our state. So I want our people in the state of Osun to give him that chance, that opportunity to consolidate on what he has done. This is not the time for us to experiment with anything. This is not the time for us to experiment with people who have not managed anything in their lives. People whose relations, brothers have mass empire businesses, but they could not entrust them to that business. And they want to entrust, they want them to come and, govern our state. It's not done like that. You've got to be tested elsewhere before we can entrust the destiny of over 5 million people into your hands. So I appeal to our people in the state of Osun that they should give Mr. Adegboyega Oyetola another chance. He's a man that you know. He's somebody that has proven his worth, that we should give him another chance, another 4 years to consolidate on what he has done. My name is Rafiu Olasunkanmi Isamotu, Honorable Commissioner for Health in the state of Osun.